Hi, I'm Russ, and this is the first time I've ever done one of these, so you'll have to bear with me. I'm not a video guy, so I'm just going to try to show you a little bit more information on calibrating or fine-tuning your cameras and lenses using the Focal software. So what you need to do is have your equipment out. I just got this Nikon D500. It's one of my remote cameras that I use for sports. I just came back from Nikon. They repaired some focusing issues on it, amongst other things. And these are the lenses that I use occasionally on it for different remotes. So I'm going to calibrate it to all of these lenses. The next thing that you're going to need to do is make sure that you have a high quality, sturdy tripod that's going to keep your camera very still when you're doing the calibration. Then get your Focal software on the computer. That's going to hook to the camera on the tripod. You then have to have your target down here. The distances are going to vary depending on the lens. You also want it consistently and well lit. So I have one of my strobes with the modeling light on to keep it lit. Okay, I've got the camera up on the tripod now. I've zoomed in. I made sure that the camera is level so that it's looking straight across at the target. You want it perpendicular. You don't want to be too high or too low on your target. So then you make sure your camera is completely in manual and at your widest open aperture for whatever that lens is. Right now I've got a 300 PF, which is a f4 lens on there. So we'll do that one first. Once you're connected, you want to make sure that your autofocus fine tune is turned on. So just make sure that you're on there, and see right now there's no cameras or no lenses saved on there. Once you're connected to the camera with your cable, then what you're going to do is go into your software and you're going to check the connected camera. Then you're going to get this and you're going to go to calibration. That's where you go to automatic focus calibration, and you're going to have to do a target setup to make sure. This walks you through it so you can't screw it up. You hit your target setup and start, and it's going to do some test shots on your target and tell you if there's any problems. So now you can see that we have a couple of issues with the target distance and then also the lighting level and some settings. So now we'll go into there and it's going to tell us the image stabilization may be on this camera. Now you can still do that because some lenses you cannot turn it on or off. This lens, it's turned off, but it still senses that it's there, so I can disregard it. My lighting setup is not bright enough, so I'm going to pause this and I'm going to go turn up the lights on there. Okay, I turned the light up brighter. If that's still not bright enough, I'll go ahead and put another light on it. But then I also checked the target distance, and it's going to tell you that 5.2 meters is too close for testing the lens of the 300, that I should be at least 7 meters from the target. So I'm going to go ahead and back everything up. Okay, so I've backed up, so we're going to go ahead and recheck the target information now. And it's telling us that the lighting level is acceptable to vibration when taking a shot. You could increase the lighting, so we'll go ahead and increase the lights a little bit more. Okay, you can see that I added a second light to make sure that we have plenty of light on the target. You do not want to skimp on that. And you want to make sure that your lighting is consistent so you get accurate readings. So we'll do one more recheck on here. And now everything is fine. We're disregarding the setting for the VR because it's already turned off. So we're going to go ahead and just stop this now. And we're going to start the check. I'm going to close that, and now we're going to start. Okay, so now the computer did a couple of test shots and it tells us to set the auto tune to -20. So we're just going to go into the camera in menu, in your fine tune, and you're going to go ahead and set your autofocus fine tune at -20 and say okay, and then hit the OK on the computer, and it's going to do another test. It's going to walk you through this, and it's going to have you at -20. It's going to take a couple more test shots. Then it's going to have you put it at +20. And it's going to keep doing this and having you move the settings. I think on Canon and some other cameras, it might change them on their own. With Nikon, you have to change it yourself. But you just follow the directions that the voice and the screen tell you to change it to +20, -20, and it narrows down until it finds the optimal focus point, and then it's going to tell you to save that, and you're done with that lens. Now it tells me to change it to -10, so we're going to go back here, and we're going to change that up to -10, and we're going to hit OK on the computer, and we're going to continue to do that. I'll show you what it looks like when I narrow it down. You can see here, as it's taking the test shots, it's telling you and showing you the prime focus areas. So it's narrowing it down now, and it looks like the camera is going to need to be set at around -11. This is a camera that is in excellent shape and has a brand new focusing mechanism in it, along with a virtually unused new
information on the screen.
New 300E PF lens. And on this camera, it's coming back and telling me that the optimum focus point on this is to set my camera at -11. So that's how big of a difference it is. If you just buy a lens out of the box and stick it on your camera, you could be way off. So you want to make sure that you're calibrating your lenses. This is also showing you a before and after. I don't know how good this video, but the one on the left was shown at 0, and the one on the right is the test image after calibration. You can clearly see the difference that it's made in focus. So the camera went ahead and stored that lens at -11. So now every time I put that lens on this camera, the camera's going to sense it, and it's going to change the fine tuning to -11. That's why it's so important. I'm now going to go through and do this with all of the other lenses. Obviously, it's going to take some different distances for shorter lenses, all the way back to the 400. I'll probably be back against the wall back here, but that is how you calibrate a lens with Focal.